So you're finding yourself as a targeted individual being railroaded by the system. It's not an uncommon thing these days. So they basically want you to be in fear, and you can take from my situation. What I want to share with you is to gain more perspective into the fact that I'm simply being railroaded by the government and by these agencies of people that want to hide up the rape of my father and the poisoning that these people have done for me for a long time in order to hack me, hijack my life, prevent me from a quality of life and an equitable life with them, where I think the return of investment would have been much greater than what they're making today. And they're doing an identity theft that's more like an identity erasure, as if to make my living any year and any place of my life as irrelevant as they possibly can. So I'm pointing to gain more perspective into the matters of fact that I'm literally being railroaded as well as they can in order to establish to make these trust funds that they put up in the courts in the first place to perform this energy harvest over my likeness and authenticity. So the people that I'm gaining knowledge from are the best in the business. Jessica Saxton, Jerry Reed, and Tawny Downings, or can't remember his name. I have it written in here though. So I'm just going through my notes to help as many of these targeted individuals as I possibly can before they end up taking more lives away from whistleblowers and dissidents. So they want energy off of me over my likeness and authenticity. So you need to understand what I've been going through. They want to get you all emotionally locked up so you can't fight the system and stand up for yourself and represent yourself, because they want you to use these attorneys, which are all accredited to the Bar Association, where they don't want you to represent yourself or to be able to represent yourself or to make even the records, because it's the same thing as a cop shutting off the body camera in timeliest of fashion so that you don't make the records, where if you get discovery, then it can't be used in the court for your defense. And so you need to you need to basically work in the fire that they're creating in order to pull a fast one out of you, that they're just literally trying to get you to accept some plea deal. And you shouldn't have to plea in the first place with your government. It should be literally the other way around. They're supposed to be working for you, we the people, which is what Trump is trying to give people back, the freedom in America to the people and not to the select few that are working in a very criminal conduct. The prosecuting attorney, the judge, the defense attorney, they all pay a homage to the Bar Association, which is the British accredited registration. So he's suggesting that you don't need to pay for an attorney, where they are in fact not answering my calls or texts in the timeliest of fashion or at all, and it's drawn to the bottom of the ninth, and he's already simply leaving without any type of return calls, texts, and it is just, accurate advice to the situation is that they're paying homage to the British attorney regulatory in America. They pay to they're paying to this bar association when they literally are in America. They are on American soil. So that in and of itself is treason, because they are paying to belong to the British. That's not even America, or American by the standards of the original Constitution, because they're trying to supersede that with the living Constitution. And we aren't allowing for a foreign entity to regulate law here in America. That's why we have the Constitution. Just because it's a writing that allows us to know our rights doesn't mean that we as people understand our rights, because of the very well trained educational system that's creating these sociopaths out here, literally. But the writing should be basically giving us an idea to our rights rather than just to let us know what our rights are. And it's up to we the people inside of America on our soil to stand up for our rights. So these people will run game on us as if we aren't taught very well how to protect our rights, coming from an educational system that's literally teaching this shit. It's a treasonous act and it violates the Constitution, but specifically within the treason that we are talking about when it comes to trafficking us in a system, with their willingness to run game over us and steal our rights and steal our freedoms, traffic us in and out of the system, the narcissistic, when the state cannot be a party to a case that the state has brought a complaint of. So that's why we're establishing the litigation for the complaints, the RICO complaints. What he is saying is that we don't care if they're a city cop, a judge, county cop, or sheriff, or prosecuting attorney, an agent that is licensed under the state that is accusing you of something, that they tell you that you have come to this court, that you have to go to the courts. And that judge tells you that they have jurisdiction, and it's flat out lying to you. It's a flat out lie. It is absolutely not true. It has oversight within the Constitution, where Constitution very clearly states it. If judges claim they have jurisdiction that they do not have, it is an act of treason. Especially when they aren't even allowing for the truth to come forth through the criminal intentions of these people within the Bar Association, the press, the limitations that the police are utilizing jurisdictions in order to create, to obstruct justice, obstruct your availability to work, along with working within the agencies of these people that are stealing away your agency, your identity, hacking you, hijacking you, being unwelcomed guests inside of your house, as if it's not enough to anger you from the ways that you've been taken and drawn from the beginning of time, where in my case it would be my father getting away with rape and these people poisoning me up to perform this crime in the first place. So it's treason, in which case it's a punishable offense that's suggesting to a very contrite fashion, per se, because look, Trump has issued war upon the states, the state judges, state attorneys, the state police, anyone that doesn't want to act in accordance with the Constitution. He's taken away the DC, so no more District of Columbia. He's trying to give the agency back to the people. He's trying to give you back your rights, where your rights have been violated, and we've been duped in America. So I don't know why people out here aren't getting more mad than they are. So, from a friend to a friend, I would start screenshotting the things that you find on these people's sites. I would also mail in to your public defender so you have provable source of information that you gave him notice of his own treason if he does not stand in his oath of office. And we will be bringing in the exact numbers of the United States Constitution that give you the provable source of what you need. So under the law, the attorney, if he doesn't call out the judge, it is what's called a misprision. MISPRISION. For treason, or of treason. If it carries the same weight as if the attorney is doing what the judge is doing, and it's also blocking your information, like you put out information, you put out proofs, and if these proofs are being gatekept, or people are being stonewalled within the system to do the right thing, they are acting in a way that is not only disingenuous, but they are acting in treason. So they don't have jurisdiction. It carries the same weight as if an attorney is doing what that judge is doing, just like I said. So he's saying that you don't have to have these attorneys and you don't have to pay all this money while they're literally taking it away from having the money in the first place. They're targeting your finances, they're targeting your resources, they're targeting your outreach, they're targeting anyone that can outsource for you. They're targeting people from exchanging the correct, truthful information to the right hands. They're stopping it in translation. It's all an act of treason. These are corrupt officials. So they're placing you in a fire. You have to fight fire with the fire here. It's playing the same game that they're playing with you. It's giving them the same fire that they're placing you within. The constraints under the supposed authority, but under the Constitution, where they don't want you to believe that you have the authority, because authority was we the people, by the people. Because it's protected within our Sixth Amendment rights. So it's making people run around, and it's all a big money laundering scheme for them to get away with these crimes, that they are snaking you away from the authority that you should uphold. The right and authority, because these courts are supposed to be our courts, not theirs. All of them and every single one of them know that this is to be true. They've all taken oath of office and duty to uphold the Constitution of the United States. Well, if they're going to uphold the Constitution of the United States, and the United States Constitution states this, it's in breach of their oath. And being they are in breach of their oath under law is purgatory. It's purgatorious. These are all very top tier level felony crimes that they're suggesting that you're the felony or felon within a hyperbole coming out of a long-standing poisoning, or in duress from directed energy weapons, or you're in duress based on having a group of people working in a way to cause for civil forfeiture, forced asset forfeiture, and working in a civil conspiracy in order to snake you in the worst ways, which is happening to all targeted individuals out here. So it's suggested to take many screenshots, capture what these people are posting, write, and learn your rights and how to fight back so they aren't stealing any more of your rights away from you, while you just end up getting trafficked into the same narcissistic system that was designed to protect you. The system that was put in place was meant to protect you, not be a narcissism, and uphold the laws of their oaths of office. Tanawa Downing is the guy's name. I would recommend Tanawa Downing's, Jerry Reed, Jessica Saxton. These people are on point about their information that they're bringing to the people about the child trafficking crimes that they're literally staging people within. Trafficking doesn't always have to be where a child is taken. It's the fact that they're trying to take me. 3 times by the age of 11, they tried to take me with Danny Heinrich. Same person that Jacob Wetterling was kidnapped with. Because they haven't been able to do so, These people have been playing a very heartless game, even being within the agency of my own family, my own blood brothers. So that's why these trolls out here are working hard to deflect and minimize people's exposure to my channel, so that people couldn't learn as much as I've had to be able to force myself to learn, and as well as coming out of that long-standing poison, it's been really hard to take up the statutes of the United States that says no state shall be a party to a case which it hears the case, when it's treason if the judge does that. And if you might not think so, it is. It's treason, and I'm showing you the proof. So if it were me, I would email that to email the information to that defense attorney of yours and watch them choke, because it's an illegal action if they aren't going to literally hold up the oath that they take inside of their office. It's an illegal action. It's treasonous, and it's a crime over you. They're trafficking you because they have trust funds inside of those courts, sometimes up to like two, 3, or 4 trust funds that these people are creating, where there's millions of dollars on the line for these people in order to make sure that you, the dissident, the whistleblower, get dealt with by these sick fucking rings. These sick fucking people that are protecting these sick fucking people like my father. People that want to get away with raping their daughter that was born with congenital heart defect because he had arsenic poison his own girlfriend, my mom, in order that she would be born in that way in the first place, if you ask me. So these people are trying to take illegal actions on you that they have no right to perform. But they're all going to deny that this is true. Every last one of them. Why? Because it's treason. They know what they're fucking doing is wrong. They know that their actions are going against the Constitution within the United States, and they know they can't uphold their oaths of office because they're already treasonous. They're already performing a crime. So they can't say that they didn't know because they took an oath under perjury laws in order to uphold it. And they aren't doing so, which proves intent. So the judge and the prosecuting attorney, the defense attorney, it doesn't matter where they are. It doesn't matter who that these people are. Literally, it's me coming out a long time ago saying what I was saying on my channel in the same defense, and saying everything that I have been saying to be true, where I'm calling to just talk to the the prosecutor in the state, the chief of police, and he's not even talking to me, not answering my phone calls, just to have a simpleton conversation about the facts of what has been happening inside of my life. I've reported on everything, but these reports are nowhere in the paperwork. You see what I'm saying? And so if they aren't going to uphold their oaths of office, then their act is treason. Where they all know it, or they should know it, if they aren't going to uphold the laws in this land, under the Constitution, under their oaths of office. If that's the case, then they're all within the same fraud in order to conspire to commit this treason. So you need to understand the severity of what I'm talking about here, and literally how embedded this stuff is within the judiciary systems, that they all have people placed in fear, all scared, feeling like they're going to just railroad you the rest of the way into the ground, that they already have, probably, most likely. So you can see that you're being placed in a pathway of them obstructing you from even getting there in the first place, let alone trying to keep you boxed in at home, trying to keep you boxed in from being able to work, trying to keep you boxed in away from having your driving privileges, keeping you boxed in where the identity theft is concerned, keeping you boxed in where the poisons are concerned, or the directed energy weapons, or whatever else you're dealing with, unwelcomed guests inside of your home. How about unwelcome guests being police officers coming inside of your home when you're not there? You're walking into your house and there they are coming out of your house. Like as happened to me when I was 18 years old, 19 years old. So they're taking away these supposed protected privileges, but they are your rights. It's your right that they aren't doing anything of any concern to protect you. It's your right when they're acting in a treasonous fashion over your life in order to have you dealing with the ongoing abuse, and they're protecting these abusers. They're cuckolding these abusers. And it's not being heard or recognized for what's truly going on. So they get you all scared, like you're going to be taken down, like you're going to have this, that, or the other going on. It's literally getting your feet to move in other directions inside of your life than which you would otherwise choose to move in your own freedom, in your own equitable quality of life, if you ever had a quality of life. But most people have not. When they are a dissident and they are a targeted individual, they have not had a quality of life. All they've had is this abuse, where you could have been, and you wanted to be, a reasonable person and live within an equitable relationship with these people, your brothers, or even say your father didn't do the things that he did and stayed with your mom, and they had a wonderful relationship, in which I hope that there's many people out here that haven't experienced these things, but I have. But I wanted to be in an equity of relationships, not this disingenuous, heartless, godless, soulless creation that happens when these people legitimately feel as though they can get away with their crimes and do these things to their own family members, their own sons and daughters. So they're acting in a way which is criminal. And if the courts can't recognize the truth and allow for the truth to just be escaped, these people are acting in a way that's treasonous. They're not acting in their oaths of office. So they literally want to get you there so they can make these trust funds in order to continue the charades of this trafficking based on a very high-level crime, where it's literally like these 13 bloodlines that literally want to steal away your freedoms and take you away from ever having that equitable life and get you into these places where they can make it look as though they can legally steal your freedoms away and traffic your person. It's wrong, and it's an illegal campaign against a target, any target, and they can't do this. They must formulate a grand jury, and this must be present in the evidence to a grand jury, and that grand jury must get a panel of 16 jurors, 23 altogether, where they have 7 alternatives in case there's a car wreck or someone can't make it or they're sick or what have you, so that you have immediate alternatives in their place. But there would be 16 people there to agree to have to indict you, and then the state cannot hear it. It goes to the Supreme Court. So they have jurisdiction, not the judge that is caught then lying and committing treason against you and helping aid these likeness of the crooked cops and the crooked friends and the crooked brothers and the crooked father that were poisoning you to get away with rape and keeping you under their wraps, keeping you under their radar, surveilling you, stalking you, harassing you. And they're going to say that they did this, that, and the other to help them this entire time. But all their help, all it was ever about was keeping me within proximity. Once I got away from the proximity and I got away from Jesse and Aurelia, oh, they were all running scared. They didn't want to fucking talk to me on the phone and have a simpleton conversation with me. Fuck no. They wanted to create 12 different channels utilizing my face, name, and image simply to psychologically try to hamper me that much more. I don't give a fuck about any one of their fucking videos. They're all a bunch of cucks and they fucking know it. They're all criminals. Every last one of them. You're talking about trying to get away with murdering my life to silence me up once and for all so that I don't speak out against my father and his raping his daughter because he's a complete fucking piece of shit. So I've been going through the ringer with these things, and before they got away with it, where I was poisoned all out of my mental capacity to see what was happening, and they had me trafficked in and all sorts of places in my life that I never belonged in, where they were playing me to and through about my life into their ways that they wanted to take me to, also that they could play their affairs and their criminal actions against me. So they had me going into anger management. They had me going into just all sorts of different things. But either way, they're making these trust funds, right? Got their trust funds going into the system. So these attorneys, these judges, these police, these people in the backgrounds of the crime even get to make a big lump sum of money just to push you into a place that they need to get you into, when it's literally all of those people that are the crimes. They're criminals. So anyone to suggest that my coming out of a hyperbole is the crime is just unable to see what a crime truly looks like. When it's a literal war crime, pushing you into fight mode to then leave you in fight mode, and also pushing you into survival mode, where you're literally fighting for your fucking life and no one is recognizing it as to help you reach discovery of the crimes, but only to leave you further gaslit and further abused. So it's misrepresentation, it's a treasonous act, and it's maltreatment. Stealing your life, your equity of life away from you, stealing your identity, your government-issued identity, stealing your integral identity, all while trying to steal your whole life away from you, as if to make you irrelevant to everybody in the world. It's murder. They tried to write me up over everything that I've been being written into and riddled into, trying to figure out what the fuck was happening to me my entire life. And so now they're just trying to take my life away from me when it's clearly a crime against me that isn't even allowing me to eat or breathe freely within this open air prison system of a trafficking shit show in the country that I reside in. America, the land of the free. How about the land of the raped and wasted youth that you all are trying to cuckold into a fucking vicious crime? And these people are flat out ignoring my rights, which is why we're up against these systems of trafficking, or of these traffickers that are trying to get away with this throughout all of my life. So you have to understand the severity of this case that's being taken against me. It's treason. It's tyranny. So this is why we're forming the oversight here. Because that is within the Constitution in order to learn this, because otherwise they are using these corrupt powers in order to pull that fast one over you and get you into placement of the same crimes that have been taken against us targets the entire time, where they are flat out ignoring these crimes, and then these people are just getting away with committing these crimes against us in the United States, where they're protecting their treasonous acts while taking oaths of office. It's a treasonous crime that suggests right there in the Constitution that they can be capped in their fucking ass. And if you asked me, those are the people that deserve to be shut down. If these are your people that are supposed to be acting in accordance with the laws that are written, and they don't want to, they want to be criminals too. They want to pretend to be cops, but they want to be criminals too, acting like they can be, like the guy from Blow, but at the same time be that judge on the other side of that movie. It's shit like that, dude. It's fraud. These people are frauding the American people out of their equitable lives the entire time in order to protect the criminals, where personally I'm not guilty through the ways that these people played me, to play me out and keep me blindsided as well, so that they can keep on creating their treason and tyranny over me, because they want to use the system in order to get away with these heaviest crimes over my life, where I wasn't able to see it before, but now I do. The states cannot overrule the Constitution because they took oaths, and this is treason. It's treason against the American people and against the American people to perform this way over my rights. And they're trickling this war crime allowed to be like washboard, or allowing you to be like washed out, or allowing you to be attacked with these directed energy weapons or whatever you're dealing with. That's not allowing people like me, targets like me, to get to the correct information in order to protect ourselves from the crimes that these people are committing against me right here and now. And so the same ones go for these people that have been playing over me for an entire lifetime of crimes against me where I wasn't able to see it before. And just like I said, I see it now, because I had to work really hard to get away from those people. They didn't want to let me get away. And as soon as they were seeing that I understood too much about their crime, then it was them all calling me to try and get inside my head. And when they figured for themselves that I knew too much, I was starting to get too many of my memories back, then I knew I was in danger, and I was. They came at me with chemical attacks. So I know what was being done to me now. They wanted to work me over so badly to take me out of not only an equitable life and a quality of life, but they wanted to make sure that it was just so cruel to me that it was to take me out of my life, take me out of my trying to take care of myself, take me out of all of my life altogether. Like my heartbeat stops, I die, for them to be able to take me out so that I'm not speaking out about their crimes. And then finding the laws that are my right to find to represent myself if these people don't want to work in accordance with the oaths of office that they're taking. And so these people know it's treason when they're committing this fraud. When people should be storming the Supreme Court saying, what the fuck, man? Because why should the American people be having to be subjected through all of this absurdity, getting duped out of their entire lives, so that these people can continue to carry out these crimes over our lives, over our relationships, over our work lives, stealing our rights away from us in order to get us within these heaviest crimes against us, And these are high felonies that these people are getting away with. The highest. Literally, the highest felonies. Murder. Against us. They're just trying to get away with it. Wipe us off the face of the earth. And then shake hands with all their criminal buddies with money laundering going on. We have the authority. We have the law. We have the statutes, the precedents, all the way back to the 1800s, where the Supreme Court has been placed on this, or has placed this on public record for us to see it, where we are being treated like this instead. So why the American people are being so fucking blind to this? Why the American people aren't coming together? Why the American people aren't storming their Supreme Court? Like, fuck you. Fuck you. It really makes me question where the fuck is the brains of the American people. Just completely blind. We should be standing up right now. We should be standing up right now. We should be fucking standing up right now together. This is absurd. Everyone should be furious for how badly the American people have been duped. Every last area of our lives being taken against us. And against the family. Against the family unit. And literally, people are literally these bystanders that are literally just watching these people steal people's children away. Placing them on the black market, selling them. I'm talking about the highest crimes in this world. These people want to get away with. Not even allowing you to see that they're doing it. So even if they want to continue to get away with these crimes, we have to enforce our authority that was given to us. Unalienable rights endowed to us by our Creator. To enforce these people to work within the oaths in which they have taken. And we have the right to press forward against these people who want to steal our lives away from us. And to steal our freedoms away from us. To traffic us in the open air society, poisoning of people, being blindsided completely, being duped out of their normal life, their normalcy, any kind of originality or organic living. So these people and these trolls want to suggest that, oh, is that the best you got? No, motherfucker, I got more where that came from. A lot more. These people don't want to fight fair. These people want to use coercion of violence against targets who know their crimes. Stand up with us. This freedom in this country was ours. And these people want to take it away from us. Our freedom, our rights to fight for one another is what it should have been. These people don't want to fight fair because they're playing a whole game of charades, being within powerful places. Stand up with us, American people. Before they force us out and take our lives from us and steal any more freedom away from us from their very heavily treasonous acts against the American people. Because if they do, they will inflict much more harm and cause for much more obstruction inside of the lives of many more people. Is this really what you want for your children? You want to inflict this kind of harm inside of your own family's lives. People should be able to find reasons of their own to want to stand up for us, for the family unit, and for our communities, and for the strength to be each other's keepers. To allow us to live an equitable life, not stealing people away from their natural lives, their natural minds, to be able to see these crimes, stealing our identities and performing these energy harvesting ways in order to take us away with their intent, obviously, to basically submit the orders so that no one has to see who the fuck they have been, who the fuck they are. And that's what it is. It's intent in order to subvert the constitutional authority that we have. We the people. A system that was designed for we the people, by the people, and for the people of the American lives. It's for everyone here that doesn't want to play in this stupid fraud that these people are trying to fraud the American people all over. If we don't do this and you don't stand up, you're going to see civil war, which is what they kind of are pressing for relentlessly, to be used to hurt people, hurt dissidents, and hurt the targets physically out on the streets in America, cuckolding their fucking bullshit ass system the way they are. And if people don't want to stand up against it because they're afraid to stand up against the titanium tank, or what was that situation, that guy that stood up against the tank, I'm not saying that it's an easy thing to do. But it shouldn't be one man willing to stand up against that tank. It should be all of us. So where the American people's brains are at, I have no fucking idea. Because these numbers are literally, these statutes and our rights and our Bill of Rights and our freedoms and our Declaration of Independence was literally created so that we, the people, could stand up together and build for an equitable life together. Not so that people could usurp our way of life and the trajectory of life to be able to live it. Just so these people can try and protect themselves within codes and statutes of law, but literally so that they were made for us, we the people, like myself, to serve these people with affidavits, email them, and issue the correct issuances towards the people that are allowing us to be treated as subjects and not human beings. We are not property. And if they don't stop their shit, I will have the United States Marshal address this for me. Or address this for me. Because you can bring the charge against all of these people. Even all of these corrupt police are doing this to you. And we're acting outside of the laws that they are supposed to be standing upon their oaths in office in order to represent we the people. And I have that authority. I have that information. I now know the truth. And this is the awakening. People just have to stand up already. Or it's your children you're letting, after you die, be treated as trafficked could be. Stand up. The revolution will not be televised, but it sure as hell will be telepathic for those who understand what I'm saying. You need to understand the severity of what I'm saying and collect the laws and statutes in order to enforce the Constitution. When these plans over me has been to steal my life down full scopes, full levels, a full lifelong span of these crimes that have been trafficking me since birth, poisoning me, and creating the paths into and out of my life with every intent to steal up my energy, steal up my worth, and every last little part of my life, and it's illegal. I have the right to defend myself, regardless of what I have to use to defend myself against a treasonous system that I don't seemingly have to depend on. They're trying to not even allow me to establish a defense that's allowing me to see, even see at times being poisoned, what my whole truth, my whole worth was. In order to just allow these people to get away with their crimes over me, what they've been doing to me this entire time. Working me out so badly, targeting me in this way. And it's so much fucking cruelty. It's just insane what these people did to me. It's an abomination of law and order, leaving me in complete duress. And when one of us is in duress, that means that every single last one of you should be in duress for that person. Not allowing these people to get away with this. People have to understand it, though. These people are literally taking my life from the birth of me. Poisoning me from birth with an arsenic poisoning. Washing me out of myself, leaving me blindsided, pushed around here and there and everywhere, keeping me within proximity until I was seeing the crimes for what they were, and then every single one of them, played up for the heaviest discard. As if I never had a right to my autonomy of mind, as if I was just their fucking property. I am not fucking property. I'm not my dad's property or my brother's property or any of these other motherfuckers' property to literally play me in and out of my life. They know the fuck they did. It's in violation of my constitutional rights, and I have to be the one to exercise it and enforce it and actuate it. So I am trying to get that smart with these laws, where I can protect myself from these motherfucking people that want to play me in and out of all of these situations that were literally being taken to take my freedoms away. I deserve to take my freedoms back. I deserve a breakthrough. I deserve a blessing. I deserve nothing short of a miracle. I deserve a system I can rely on. I deserve to study these things. I deserve to act in accordance to finding the laws in order to protect me. But I also would like to have the help here. As isolated as these people wanted me to be my entire life, it's left me without anybody. Who had, like, anybody that does care, actually, and I do have a few people that care, but I need people that can care, and not only just care and love me, but those people that can stand up with me. My brothers are a bunch of bitches for what they've done. They couldn't stand for me. They're as whimsical as a frickin' leaf in a breeze. Harassing me, stalking me, surveilling me with the crimes that they are committing against me the whole time, in hopes that I would never find out. So they aimed to control my relationships and take me out completely, leading me into a place, as my proxy friend Jesse Lee even admitted to me, to what was the worst crime that could happen to someone, as then he psychologically continued to advance me within that same crime over my entire life, feeling as if though he was invisible to be able to work in impunity to the crimes that he has been committing against me, to keep me in a well-trained entrainment of a poisoned up body, hardly even able to breathe at times, flopping to the ground in so much fucking pain physically, where I haven't even been able to literally confront all of the physical pain itself, wondering if I'm going to ever be able to face all of the emotional pain, and which part of the emotional pain, when I was 3, when I was 7, when I was 12 or 10, where would I start? Where would I end? So that's exactly why I'm explaining the RICO complaint of a targeted individual being the racketeer influenced and corrupt organized act, or organization act, against me and the victims of this crime. People need to see what these crimes have not only been, but what these crimes have been doing to me the entire time. So I'm going to stop here. But I have another one that's going to be really hardcore about the RICO complaint. The racketeering influenced and corrupt organization act against me, the victim inside of the crimes, committing these crimes against me. They are many. I'm talking about years. You don't think that within a year there wasn't 365 days of available criminal intents being taken over my life, when there was? Many jobs taken away from me where I literally feel I deserve the treble pay, which is triple pay from every single job that I've ever lost. Not to mention all of the emotional and distress and the physical distress and every other added stressor that's been placed on my life. I wanted to be a cop. These people didn't give a fuck about who I was. They didn't give a fuck about who I wanted to be, especially not my dad. You think that my dad would want me to be a cop? Oh, hell no. I would be dressing up as a cop. Well, obviously he's family, so I would have to literally have the other cops go and arrest him, but he would be fucking behind bars. That's for fucking straight. Sure. You fucking damn right he would be behind bars, because that motherfucker orchestrated a crime that's just worse than anybody can think could be possible over his own fucking family. And he wants to blame my mom? These people want to blame my mom? How dumb are these motherfuckers, man? I have eyes that witnessed the crime that not only my brothers were initiated in, where I didn't know how they wanted to respond. Growing up, I was young, I was poisoned, I was confused, I was frustrated. But I literally just wanted to know what their intentions were moving forward. Do you want to be like that? Or you want to get away from that and be good people in the world? I deserve to know that I have good people in my life. And I deserve to know how they were going to respond with me, because fuck, man. How they responded with me was literally to take me out before ever speaking out to this level, and they fucking created a monster out of me, I guess. They wanted a monster? Well, here you go. You got a fucking monster now, because I'm studying things tooth and fucking nail to fucking... You wanted to fucking put me into a coffin, an early coffin, huh? Well, we'll just see how well it goes. I don't really care. I'm kind of done and over with this life. The way that these things are, I don't care about anything out here that has to do with fucking the normalcy of American life. Because it isn't normal. It isn't normal. These people are, you know, these people out here care more about a bitch's ass jiggling on the internet than they give a fuck about anything like this. anything. I think it should be the exact opposite. People should care about being morally culpable, having moral aptitude, being upright, forthcoming, forthright, stewardship, brotherhood, sisterhood, community. People should care about making missions where we could literally be out dancing in the street together right now. In the snow, in the slush, whatever, it doesn't even fucking matter. We should be able to have fun together in this in this community and every other community all across America. We should really be able to enjoy our time being humans. Oh, there's so much to ask. My God, I don't think it's so much to ask to say that being born, we should be able to live a quality of life that is nothing compared to what we're doing right now. I mean, it would, like, in comparison to how we're living right now in the world, like this time period, what we're going through right now in the human condition. Are you kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me right now? You want to call this living? Well, I'm here. Suggest to me in the comments how you think we're living such a good life right now. How would you call this living? At all? Like literally at all. Having a heartbeat, fucking being played into a fucking mental warfare and spiritual warfare and psychological warfare and people operating in these kind of fucked up ways. Jesse, like, literally rat-faced motherfucker, wants to be in my own driveway to try and slap some cyanide on me, and because I snapped back and grabbed that rake out of his hand, I think that he literally got it on himself because he looked like he was literally taking a shit in my yard. Like, his face wasn't just a normal, like, red of embarrassment. It was like, dude, I was gonna fucking punch him. Luckily for him, he got some of that poison on him because he was looking like he was taking a dump right there, like, in his pants. Like, and just beat red. I've never seen a color like that, just like that before. But I know that with the poisons that they had gotten in my body, if that was on my body, I would have gone down to the ground. I would have been dead. I would have been dead that day. So I said, "Oh, did you get a little taste of your own medicine? Did you get a little taste of your own medicine? You're just trying to get on me?" You couldn't even say a fucking thing. You look like you're taking a shit. Should I go get you some Pepto-Bismol? Or should I go get you some more cyanide? You need some more cyanide? I think that's what you need. You need some more cyanide. You're gonna fucking put that shit on me. For every fucking thing you've just done to me. Fucking get the fuck out of here. You're just standing there like a dope. Like, no, get the fuck out of here, G. Trying to come closer to me. No, dude, don't fucking take a step closer to me, dude. I've been reaching out. I know exactly the way it feels. Exactly. For fucking years on end. So you get to deal with a little bit of taste of your own medicine? I'm not gonna fucking help you. If you got that cyanide on you, that's on you, bitch. That's on you, dick. Fuck. You meant that for me, and I prayed. I was praying for any of the attacks to come against me to be reversed immediately. In Jesus Christ's name. That's exactly what happened. Oh, okay. So the spirit that these people have, they don't want to face their demons. They don't want to face the truth. When I came into my relationships authentic and sincere, and this is how these people want to play me? You don't have the right to fucking poison someone up to death, dude. You don't have the right to hack a person's life and be unwelcome guests in their house while they're at work, just getting out of fucking 20 years of fighting homelessness on and off to get the fucking house. And this is how you people want to play? How about you fight fair and sign a document like I've been saying? Inside of a UFC fighting ring. I'll put on some gloves. You could put on some gloves at least. I would only let you wear gloves that I would bring because you guys would obviously put fucking cyanide in them or some shit. Fucking be total fucking bitches and still not fight fair. But the fucking fact of the matter is that you don't even have it within you to fight fair. You gotta hack and hijack and be completely cuckolding fucking cage ass bitches out here. Hacking people, performing like, to sneak away their energy for a real organic relationship and shit like that. These motherfuckers, gee, I swear to God. And no, I don't swear to God. That's not the right way of saying it. I'm just mad. I forgive you, okay? I forgive you. I just don't want anything to do with you. Jesse, Aurelia, Kenny, Jeff, my father. I forgive you all. I just want to go on with my life, and I want a new name and a new social security number. You can have whatever images you want. You can just do whatever with all of that stuff. I will go, and I will change my whole entire fucking life. My name, everything. Just the way Stan had to at fucking 9 years old, 10 years old? Or maybe it was 11, I think, actually. I don't know, I was young. I needed a friend. And lo and behold, my brother didn't want me to have a friend. Gee, I wonder why. Could it be because he's a complete cage-ass psycho, cowardice, bitch? That needs to perform these levels of crime over his own little brother? Could it be? Oh, gee. Oh. That's how we do this loving family type of stuff, right? We do these Darvo tactics. My pattern recognition has been on high. Regardless if I was feeling it down to my bones or not. I was feeling it down to my bones and I was going to the Lord, and when I forgot what was happening and don't know anything from anything, literally fucking fought to tie my shoes. Crying out loud. I was so dyslexic, people could be like, cut me 46 and a quarter, and I'd cut them a 64 and a quarter. And it's like, dude, that's just not my normal self. It wasn't my normal self in high school, and I had a friend not in high school, in college, but I had a friend in college that told me similar things that other people told me throughout my whole life. And I'm like, dude, I don't know. I don't know is what I would say. I don't know what's happening to me. But at least people on the outside could see something was happening to me. It just isn't cops, I guess. They got balloons for heads. Just isn't our system judges and stuff. They just got balloons for heads. Or they're wearing a emblem of the Freemasonry fucking shit. Literally coming in and exchanging one judge for the other, and the one judge is looking at me like, oh man, I feel so bad for this guy. They're just gonna railroad him. And I'm literally like the stenographer lady or the person to bring me my paperwork. She's all like, I would fight this. I have never in my whole entire career seen something so horrific take place. I'm like, yeah, you literally just witnessed a guy's heart. I'm like up on the 8th floor or 4th floor or whatever it was. I'm like, yeah, you literally just witnessed a guy's floor like going through the frickin' underground parking, if there's underground parking to this building. Because my heart went through that floor. Literally just trying to fight to see my own son. Fight to establish my license so that I could fight for my workmanship, my normal workmanship, not a plagiarized, like we're just energy harvesting off of this guy left, right, and center all over his life. But that's what these people have been doing. So anyway, fuck you, Freemasons. You see that? Fuck you, Freemasons. Sign a document. Let's go into UFC fighting, shall we? Come on. Obviously wanted to fight me in a stupid, cowardly ass way for 40 plus years. I'd assume that these people would have it within them to actually fight. I mean, legally. Right? Right? No, they don't have it within them. They just want to silence their opposition because they're a bunch of cowards. Peace out. Love you guys. And I hate you Freemasonry noggers.